Hello, this is the Provoked Prawn, and here I'm comparing the Astro A30 2022 Wireless with the Razer Blackshark V2 Pro 2023. Here I want to talk to you about the two headsets and what they're like to use, their various features and things that make them interesting, and what makes them stand apart, and the things to focus on if you're considering purchasing one or the other of these, because they're both quite interesting. Both quite a bit different in terms of the features they offer, the highlights of them, and the lowlights too. So I want to give you a breakdown of what I like and don't like about both of them. And I'm going to link to my reviews in the description so you can find out more about each of them. But I'm going to start with the Astro A30 Wireless. Now this is a really nice looking headset, which is pitched as being platform agnostic, which means they'll work with multiple different devices. Now it comes in two different variations depending on what console you're buying it for, but it will work with other things as well. So inside the box you get a heck of a lot of things included in there. 2.4 gigahertz dongle, and it also has multiple cables. So you've got a USB cable and a 3.5mm cable. And you also have Bluetooth connectivity. And one of the things I like about that is the fact that it has dual wireless and Bluetooth connectivity, so you can connect both at the same time. One quirk of this headset is that it's controlled by an app on your phone where you can adjust the various different sound presets, you can tweak the microphone settings, and you can adjust other things in there. Oddly, it doesn't work on PC with Logitech's G Hub or Astro's Command Center, and considering it's owned by Logitech now, it's a bit strange. Instead, it's all controlled via the app, which is a bit weird. If you're going to be using it on PC, why do you need the app? But maybe you're using it on console or somewhere else. But you do have that dual connectivity where you can do both at the same time, which is really nice. And it has some other highlights to it. I really like the sound of this and the flexibility of it. You can see me using it here, for example. I've got a 3.5mm connection plugged into it because that's plugged into the microphone, an external mic, so I'm mic monitoring the headset there. Now this mic also has a boom microphone, as you've seen, but also a built-in mic as well. And that is designed so that you can basically use this when you're out and about. If you connect it to your phone, you can obviously make calls with it or receive calls or just chat that way as well. The mics aren't great though, as you'll see. If you stick around to the end, I'm going to do a mic test to compare the two, because that is where the Blackshark V2 Pro shines. So the 2023 edition has a fantastic microphone. Now this headset is quite a bit different. It is designed with esports gamers in mind, so it has a focus on the competitive play angle of things and the soundscape that you get from that. So it's designed in a way which gives you a better sound for listening to footsteps and things like that. I found personally that it didn't have as much bass as the Astro A30, so I didn't think the sound was as rich, but it is still interesting in a number of ways. Now, like the Astro headset, this has a 2.4 gigahertz dongle. It also has a couple of different charging cables or an extension cable that you can plug in. And both headsets offer a really good battery life. The Razer headset also has both Bluetooth and wireless connectivity, but you can't do both at the same time. It has to be one or the other, so you switch between those modes. You can pair it up with a phone relatively easily, and that's fairly seamless, although I did have an issue with my Pixel 7 Pro, but it does work with other devices. So you can connect up this and then use it separately, but the downside is you can't use both at the same time, which is a real shame when the Astro A30 does offer that, and so do SteelSeries headsets, for example. You'll see that it's quite understated in its design, apart from that massive volume knob on the side. This is the white version. There is a black variant available. Now, a few other things. You'll see there's a USB port on here, but there is no 3.5mm connection. You do have a detachable microphone. Both headsets have a detachable microphone, but there's no way to plug 3.5mm into that, so you can't do that as an alternative. So you can see the Astro A30 is a lot more flexible in terms of what you can plug in. You will also see there's a lot more controls on the A30 if you look at the side. So one of the things here is it's controlled by a little joystick. So there's a little joystick on there, which is a real faff to use, I'll be honest. I didn't like this, but that controls volume and other things. So you can do media playback and other intelligent sort of actions from there. You also have a mic mute switch, a button to turn the Bluetooth on and off, and a power button, whereas the Razer headset is a lot more understated in what it offers in terms of the button actions on there. So really you've just got the volume and control and the power button and the Bluetooth button. Now if you put them side by side, you'll see a difference in the ear cup design as well. So the Astro has these faux leather memory foam cushioned ear cups, which I find comfortable, and they do block out a good amount of noise, whereas the Razer headset has a material finish on it, which are a lot scratchier. I don't find them as nice, but they do surprisingly block out a lot of noise still. They offer pretty good passive noise cancellation considering the design. You can see the Astro A30 Wireless ear cups come off with relative ease. They're held in place with a magnet, so you can easily take those off, so they can be replaced if you need to, or if you just need to clean in there. Now, as I said, faux leather blocks out a lot of noise, also just allows you to get stuck into the sound. As you'll see, those ear cups are also really nice and twistable and turnable, so you can tilt and adjust it so it'll fit over your ears nicely, and you get a good clamping force out of it. There's quite a bit of a difference in the design of the headband and the way that works as well. You'll see with the Razer Blackshark V2 Pro, for example, the ear cups are kind of held on with these metal prongs at the top. The ear cups don't seem to be removable either, so you can't take that cushioning off. At least I can get it off. But it does have a nice padded headband. Now, this headset has a nice lightweight design to it, so it's easy to wear for hours and hours. I personally find the ear cups scratchy, but they are a good size and a good fit, and it is very comfortable to wear. And because it isn't faux leather, you don't get as hot over time. It will be quite durable, but it's not as flexible in the options of what you can do with the fit on the head. In terms of game audio, when I first started using the Blackshark V2 Pro, I felt like the bass was washed out from it. It was a bit hollow, not quite as deep and rich as other headsets I've been trying out or using beforehand. Been playing a lot of Need for Speed Unbound and really enjoying that. The rich sort of soundscapes that you get from that game, just the bass and rumble of the cars, the music and other things. And it was really lacking with the Blackshark, and that was what struck me the most. But that's the point, is this headset is designed with an esports focus. It's meant for competitive play, so it's more for shooter style games. Apex Legends, Valorant, CSGO, things like that. And so if the focus is more on footsteps and shooters, and that's what you play the most, then this headset may well be the more logical option. We've got THX spatial surround sound, but more importantly, it's got tuned settings for esports games and specific equalizer profiles for those style of games as well that you can switch between in Synapse, and it makes quite a difference. Whereas the Astro A30 has a richer sound, I think, personally, for a wider range of games. Now, the Astro A30 Wireless comes with its own carrying case, which is convenient, and then you can obviously pack away everything inside there, but it's also very flexible. You'll see that it has very nice bend in it, and the ear cups are nicely extendable, so the headband extends nicely. I think this will probably be the preference if you have a larger head, although both headsets will work with a variety of head sizes, I believe. You can see there's a nice bit of tilt there though, so you can lay the ear cups flat if you want to do that. So if you like to sometimes take your headset off, just rest it on your shoulders, or if you want to put it flat on the desk, or just maneuvering it around, I feel like you can get it into a more comfortable position with relative ease here. It is strange that you can't adjust the sound settings easily on PC, which is a bit of a shame, but the fact that it's multi-platform does make it a little bit easier to use. However, having said that, the Razer headset might win in various other ways, because it obviously has THX spatial audio, and it has the benefit of a fantastic microphone, which you'll hear in a second, which has really broadcast quality to it. And you can tweak the audio in Razer's Synapse software to make it sound good as well, and customize it to your own personal preference. And then you can switch between various profiles via one of the buttons on the headset, so you can easily do that. You can see what it looks like here and how it fits along with the stretch of the headband. And then for a comparison, you'll see the Astro A30. You can see what I mean. You can tilt things in a bit more, so you can, I feel like you can adjust the Astro into your head a bit more and make it fit nicer depending on the shape of your head. And obviously you can see it can go quite small as well. If you have a smaller head, then you shouldn't find that's a problem. So both fantastic for their own reasons. And now I'm going to give you a mic test to show you the difference there. And this is how the Razer Blackshark V2 Pro sounds. Now, it's worth bearing in mind that I'm not using the windshield, but more importantly, I've also tweaked the sound settings with a simple change in Razer's Synapse software, where I've essentially put it into broadcast mode. But as default, it sounds pretty incredible. But that's one of the points I want to make, is get Razer Synapse software downloaded if you haven't already, go into the settings and you can change various things in there, including normalization of levels, voice clarity settings, and noise cancellation as well. So you can do all those things, and I've showed them in the review, so be sure to go and check out that to see that in more depth. But what I wanted to highlight is just how good quality this microphone is, because it's really good sounding. It's obviously removable, which is a benefit, but you can just hear how clear that is, and it's one of the best mics on a headset out there. There are very few with really good mics, and this is one of them, and that is one of the biggest selling points. So if you want that tuned sound in terms of competitive gaming sounds inside the Earcup, but as well as a microphone that will stand up amongst the crowd, then this is it. Really good sounding quality microphone. Now let's check out the Astro, and this is the Astro A30 Wireless. Now this has two microphones, so there's a small mic built into it and then this boom microphone. I'm not going to show you the small mic now. If you want to check that out, go to see the review, because basically it's terrible and it's not as good as the boom mic. But what you'll hear is that the quality of this is quite compressed over that wireless connection, so it's not as good sounding, and that is one definite downside. It does have side tone though, so I can hear myself while I'm talking to you, and obviously that is beneficial where you've got faux leather and it'll block out the surrounding noise otherwise, and you might end up shouting. The Razer Blackshark V2 Pro also has side tone. You have to turn that on in the Razer Synapse software, and the same way you have to turn this on in the app as well to make the most of it, whether you like to hear your own voice or not. I do, because I don't like shouting or struggling to hear myself if I'm doing voiceovers, or if I'm just chatting to my mates when you're playing games or whatever else. So there's that. So I think that's probably one of the lowlights of this headset, is the mic's just not as good sounding. It doesn't deliver as good quality. It's not terrible, but it definitely is a headset mic, which is a shame, and it's one of the low points of what is otherwise a fantastic headset. So hopefully this has been an interesting insight into both of these devices. I personally prefer the Astro A30. I think it's more comfortable thanks to that faux leather design. It has better flexibility in terms of the multiple connectivity options, and it delivers a richer audio experience in terms of the bass and other things. However, there's a lot to be said for the Blackshark V2 Pro, especially the microphone. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and check out the description to find out more, and be sure to see the reviews if you're interested in either of these. Thanks very much for watching.
You've made it right to the end of the video, you brilliant legend you. If you've enjoyed it, click that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and drop me a comment down below if you've got any questions. If you really enjoyed it, consider joining the channel and see the benefits of doing so. Check out these other videos. You might well find them interesting or useful. And most importantly, have a great life.